Hey there everybody, my name is Harasama. I'm going to try uploading this, my first YouTube video ever. Been doing a lot of experimenting. Don't really want to go into the things that I've had to do. None of them are pleasant, some of them are annoying. I have come to a couple of decisions. This is still an experiment thing mostly.
Punch first. Ask questions while punching.
I'm choosing to play. I want to play. And it's a custom game, and I'm going to try to keep this video mostly brief. Notice not quite finished, but in my final experiment pages, I've realized that a couple of programs that I've been trying to use are not functioning the way I need them to. It's about 6 a.m. when I got out of work, and that was when I wanted a video to go up because that was when I was hyper exhausted. Now I'm just regular exhausted and need actually kind of a need to pick me up. I might find the strength to do a real video at some point. I'm gonna ramble. Ramble. It's what I do. Even when I'm not tired, I tend to ramble. I'm just the kind of strength-sapping tired where things aren't gonna sound the greatest, I don't believe. So I'm gonna run this as an introduction to my own personal self and a little bit of a instructional video on how to buy. Now, I am in a purely custom game with just myself, which means I am fighting what I affectionately call dumb bots. Normal bots are dumb. Intermediate bots are kind of tough, but still pretty dumb. But dumb bots, there's a special place in my heart for dumb bots. You ever wonder what happens to a Swain who stands on the summoner platform with his alt active? The answer is he runs out of mana. And if it's a dumb bot, not only does he stand there waiting for his mana to refuel while his ult is active, which normally you'd think it would refuel faster than the ult. No, because of the increasing cost of his ult, it eventually overpowers the mana regen aura of the summoner platform. And when he doesn't have enough mana to pay for it, it'll force him out of it. But this dumb bot Swain stood on the platform until his ult forced him out of it because he was out of mana, and then left the summoner platform before his mana could recharge. So he left with no mana because his ult stopped him, but stood there as if waiting for his mana to recharge the whole time. So I'm actually getting a lot of lag right now. I was hoping, there we go.
Let's get to the fun part.
There we go. This program does kind of screw with my thing a little bit because it alternates somewhere between 20 and 30 frames. But it's something. Better than nothing. Better than the 5 to 10 frames that I get with a lot of the other recording programs that I've been using.
My way.
It does have a weird audio codec that, from what I'm hearing, works just fine on YouTube, but for the transfer and all that fun stuff. So I am going to see if I can work with it.
Who needs a beat down?
Now I'm going to stand here. I am on dumb bots, so I did go straight to this bush. Normally I actually wouldn't do that. Normally I would be down here in the jungle dealing with face warding, guarding, and possibly leashing blue for the jungler, or being the jungler as Vi. And, personal fun. Vi will now do her sexy dance. Spacebar to center the camera on her. Yeah! Yeah, look at them gauntlets. Look at that. It's like a female Wreck-It Ralph. She's kind of creepy, actually, but she will wreck it. If she comes to save the day, or to wreck it, Vi's a lot of fun. A lot of champions start with their Q. It's considered the most basic ability. In Vi's case, I prefer to start with the E. It's her primary source of harass, a lot of her damage, and eventually
You hit it
hacking
hard.
ability.
Hit it hard.
Now, one advantage of her Q over her E is her Q has the same cooldown as her passive,
Freeze.
while her E is much more useful than her passive. Now, her E is on a charge system,
Here I come to save the day.
which means rather than just a cooldown, it has charges. Every so many seconds, it builds up a charge. You may fire it off whenever there's a charge
One night,
available.
what hit 'em.
Oh, lame. Soraka just got executed.
Put a dent in 'em.
Anyway, makes her stack extremely well with items like Sheen because it is an auto attack refresh. And what it does is it causes her next auto attack to deal damage equal to a flat number plus a bonus amount of AD, which is actually higher than her normal attack damage, making the attacks always be stronger than her basics. And some magic damage and damage on her AP, if you built any, which usually I will build a Gauntlet on Vi, which gets her some AP. Anyway,
Plan? I don't need a plan.
this is the ability I get at first level, and it is the ability I level fastest because it is Vi's primary damage. It's just her best
Let's
level.
get cracking.
Now, Vi's Q is a charge up, dealing anywhere from 50 to 100 plus based on her bonus AD, which great. Depending on how long you charge it, at maximum charge does maximum damage, so on. It only does 75% damage to minions and monsters, but it just plows through them while it stops at a champion, knocking them back slightly. It's great for initiates, it's good for escapes. She slows herself by 15% while charging it.
I let my hands do the talking.
Boom, baby, boom. Come on, Soraka. Oh, you died, Soraka. Why would you die? Huh, because I was beating on you. I'm in trouble. Master Yi is on my freaking tail. Alright, I'm good. Recall, because she is the champion. I am a little low on HP after that tower dive. These are dumb bots. A maneuver like that should not have worked, but it did. Now, I build Vi a little bit weird. What do you mean weird? Oh, well, you see, not only do I have a tendency to buy her a Philosopher's Stone, no matter when I'm playing in lane, I also grab the Spirit Stone into the Ancient Golem, regardless of if I'm jungling or not. Now, this is CMOD. I just used my Q. For those of you who don't know, my mana dropped a little bit. For those of you who are wondering why, Vi has low mana costs, but a significant amount of abuse of her abilities. In fact, cooldown reduction gives her passive W, which does a percentage of enemy AP every third attack, and shreds their armor down. Like so.
Here comes the punchline.
Look at that. I just killed Soraka, who was behind Yi, with the use of...
Sometimes you gotta make a door.
Oh, and there comes a Shen ult. It didn't save Yi. Yi lived because he barely lived. But, yeah. Vi does a lot of damage. Like, correctly, she gets to be a really good farmer. Although, early on, her farming is kind of weak. She's not very good at farming when there's an opponent in lane, because she's got to focus on the opponent. Vi's passive makes it easy. In fact, once you get all hit level 3, Vi becomes devastating to most enemy top laners because of her combination. If she charges up a Vault Breaker, rushes in at a moment when she's got the opportunity, unloads a free hit, the hit from Vault Breaker, a free hit of her own, and then and then a single piece of excessive force, which is she will hit you for a percentage of your HP plus extra. Like so. And usually her passive will also allow her to escape unscathed. That was Vi's alt, Vault Breaker. Or Assault and Battery, sorry, Vault Breaker's. Assault and Battery was Vi dash a target, inflict a large amount of damage, and knock the target up back. Vi becomes immune to symbols while she rushes them and hunt the target through anything. Even if they go outside of its original range, through flashes, she will run over walls, through stuns. It's really quite advanced. And anyone who is not her original target who gets in the way gets knocked aside and takes 75% of the damage the actual target will take. Overall, it's a beautiful initiation. It makes Vi such a dangerous force to reckon with. Don't forget to use Vault Breaker to escape from dangerous situations like that one. I'm going to go back again because I have over 1,000 gold to spend. Now, normally I would grab this Spirit Stone here, but because I have the money for it, I want this Giant's Belt. I want this Giant's Belt. But I do want it early, because Vi's passive is a shield that generates whenever she hits an enemy with an ability, specifically her Q, her E, her R. Now, she only gains for 3 seconds, but it's equal to 10% of her max health. So the higher health, the better. This is actually why I bring heal, because if you have the defensive mastery for heal, it increases your maximum health by 5 every level. Now, 1 minute left before I call it a game. A little less. Here I come to save the day. Or wreck it. Focusing the stroke a lot. Something you normally probably shouldn't do. Especially if there's a Yi bot, or a Yi in general. Oh, fun point. Pushes enemies, breaks channels. I'm too strong for the dumb bots. Dumb bots are, in fact, well, dumb bots. See, that was dumb. That was dumb. Soraka, and you chased me in? Oh, look, Shen has come to save you. And Shen will save you. You're tough. Don't get over cocky. Learned that a few times. Alright, that's a game. Bye, everybody.